Whether it's someone's training I really look up to, spectate, gather information from and learn, or have the pleasure of creating training programs for them and coaching them, there's one thing that front squat enjoyers have in common. They're all jacked and stacked and have huge legs and have a really nice looking squat. That's what we're going to talk about today, as well as some of the Sammy Sausage Head talking points that tell you not to do front squats. We're going to dismantle those as well. So buckle up. We're going to have a guest appearance on here as well from someone I respect a lot in the strength and conditioning world. We're going to get right to it. Numero uno is rep quality. Front squats force you to have a nice looking squat, or else you're going to dump the bar and lose it. Dan Green talks about it really eloquently here.
Really common mistake in the front squat is sitting back too much. Once you sit back too much, now the weight's going to be causing you to fold over, and then the body's going to collapse. What we want to do from the side, be upright, and you can see I'm bending the knees first and just sitting back enough so that I don't fall forward under the toes. So I have to be very flexible to stay in this position.
Now, irrefutably, squatting like that makes your quads the limiting factor more than it does anything in your posterior chain. So by proxy, if you apply this form to, say, belt squats or hack squats or Smith machine hack squats or anything that you use as an accessory to build your quads are going to work that much harder, preferentially when you compare them to your lower back. Your glutes, hamstrings, all that. Now, does that to say that if you do a nice looking low bar squat that you're not also working your quads and that you can't get big quads doing that? No, I'm not saying that, but there's a clear difference in muscle emphasis between the two. It's just like this, right? A close grip bench press works your triceps more than a wide grip bench press. You will get a big chest and pair of triceps doing either of those or both. But one biases more than the other and vice versa. That's all we're talking about today. And before you come in with, well, my MG studies say that blah, blah, blah. Sammy Sausage Head, I'm not trying to hear it. Try it out for yourself. You'll find that your leg accessories give you a lot more quad stimulus and you don't feel it in your hips as much. That's the first thing. Now, the second thing is that front squats, because they keep you in that upright posture, work your quads a little bit more on paper. Now, where this is a topic of contention comes into play with people say, well, front squats are my favorite upper body exercise for upper back. Well, yeah, dude, that's why you do it. And that's our second talking point, the upper back emphasis. Now, we first talked about how front squats allow you to develop a nice looking squat pattern that you can translate laterally over to every other squat motion pattern. So it's going to make all your squats squattier. Now we have to talk about some more of those common talking points. A common talking point that comes into play is that because your upper back gets toasted on front squats, a lot of times your upper back fails before your legs do. That is very true indeed, right? What my challenge to that is, and where I want you to take this as food for thought and see if it applies to you. If it does, cool. If it doesn't, that's cool too. Your legs aren't failing on your low bar squats either. It's your lower back fatigue that limits the amount of low bar squatting that you could do if you're that really hingy, good morning-y type of squatter. It's not your quads that's limiting you or your quads that's failing. That's why you need to do supplemental quad exercises in the first place. So being that we're front squatting and we're putting our body in a position to work our quads more efficiently, I would argue that although you are using less overall load on your legs and moving less load, overall, you're moving it in such a way that is more stimulative to your quads if you're someone that has a very hingy squat. That's the first talking point. The next, and for today, final talking point is going to be carryover. A lot of people are super concerned with absolutely everything in their training programming having carryover to squat, bench, or deadlift. YouTube fitness is very powerlifting centric. Even if someone's just a hobbyist, right? They're just training to get generally strong. They still care about those three lifts being as big as they can be generally. I'm gonna let our special guest for today go ahead and take that over.
What's up, guys? Freaky D here. Thank you, Paris, for having me. I'm sure Paris is talking about in depth why front squat can be beneficial to your deadlift. And here is a real world example of that happening for myself. What you just saw is a 550 pound front squat what is going to come after that. And this was like 2 or 3 training cycles later, deload or reload, and getting ready for a deadlift meet, a 705-pound deadlift. This is to date my best deadlift. Not coincidentally, it came after my best front squat. So implement this, guys. See what it does for you. Your front squat goes up. Your deadlift is likely to follow it.
And there you have it. Your deadlift will get better too. Do your freaking front squats. Let me know if you have any questions about this video down below. Y'all be easy. Peace.